Welcome to the new Camtasia Studio. We encourage you to watch and play with this Getting Started project video to learn some of the most important concepts of using the editor.
Check out my presentation.
If you want more in-depth tutorials that will walk you through the entire process of recording, editing, and sharing your videos, then please watch the Getting Started tutorials using this link under the Help menu. The editor is divided up into three main areas.
The two main groups I'm focusing on are African American and Latino
Canvas is
high
where you
school
see your video
students.
during playback and can move, resize, and reposition all media however you want.
And
the timeline is where you assemble and edit your video. At the top of the timeline, tick marks represent time in terms of minutes and seconds. When building a video, you'll work in a horizontal manner, beginning from the left and moving sequentially through time toward the right. The tracks are layered on top of each other, so media you add on higher tracks is viewed on top of media on lower tracks in the canvas. For example, this callout is placed on top of the video track on the timeline, and therefore is on top of the screen video on the canvas. If I drag the video track on top of the callout on the timeline, the callout is now hidden behind the video on the canvas. Use the zoom slider to magnify the view of the timeline. This is very helpful when making precise cuts and selections, like removing ums in your audio. New media can be dragged and dropped on an existing track, or a new track is automatically created when media is dropped at this location at the top of the timeline. To change the position of a clip on the timeline, just drag it. To change the duration of a clip, drag the edges in either direction.
And these percentages are probably
an important part of the timeline is the playhead. To view your video, click play. Notice how the video and the timeline's playhead stay in sync.
A table from
click anywhere along the timeline and the playhead moves to that point. To remove a portion of your video, make a selection with the green in point and red out point. Then click the cut button.
As indicated here,
if you don't want media cut on a specific track, just click the lock icon. If you make a mistake while editing, press Ctrl-Z on the keyboard to undo, or choose Edit Undo. Double-click the playhead to deselect.
So some of the
Next, we'll look at the clip bin in the library.
To high school dropout
the clip bin holds recordings, audio files, images, and title slides being used in the project you're currently working on.
The median income of persons ages
the library stores video clips, intros, callouts, title slides, and other media assets you want to use from project to project.
As opposed to
it is pre-populated with professional content you can use in your videos.
Who did complete their education.
You can download more media from our website by clicking this link. You'll find a lot more music, callouts, and animated titles to use in your projects, and it's all free. Once you find something you like this callout for example, just drag it to a track on the timeline and resize and reposition it as needed. Double-click the callout on the canvas to open the callouts tab and edit the text, or change any of the text properties like color or size.
And some of
you can find a number of other callouts to use in your projects by expanding the Shapes menu.
This can begin with juvenile detention and lead
You've probably
to,
noticed the video zooming in and out at times. For example, here when it's zooming into the timeline. To learn more about adding and customizing zoom and pan animations to your video, check out the other Getting Started tutorials on our website. We've talked about some of the tabs already, but be sure to explore the others for adding and editing special effects. If they don't all show up as tabs, click on the More tab to explore others, like the speech-to-text capabilities and captions,
lower
and the improved
socioeconomic
quizzing.
status is a big one.
Also, transitions can now be dragged directly to the timeline and added on top of
amongst
clips.
certain populations.
So we've shown a few ways you can navigate and edit your video, but how do you get content into your video? To make a new screen recording, click the Record the Screen button. If you already have an audio or video recording you'd like to use, click the Import Media button. When you're done with your video project, you'll need to click the Produce and Share button to create a shareable video.
And I found that
Expand this menu to see a variety of presets. We have a new video player that plays back your MP4 video and includes other interactive features like table of contents, closed captions, quizzes, and even hotspots. These features are available when hosting your video on TechSmithScreencast.com or the Video in Player on your own web server. This player provides playback on multiple devices with just one video, whether it's a phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop computer. Well, it's time for you to try Camtasia Studio for yourself, using the content on the timeline, or better yet, create your own. We have lots of free tutorials on our website, and I recommend you begin with the Getting Started series. Also, the help file inside Camtasia Studio tells you how to use each of the Camtasia Studio features and applications. One last thing, if you ever want to open this Getting Started project again to view or practice with, use this link here. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy Camtasia Studio.
Skills or include considerable academic content. Additionally, this indicates an even greater need for accessible resources to underprivileged populations. Which leads us to the activity or the parent workshops. So there are quite a few direct-to-student interventions that exist, but again, I believe it's really important to involve the parents. It's imperative that parents receive education and guidance as well. So some of these programs, such as Common Sense Parenting, Achievement for Latinos Through Academic Success, or ALAS, which I actually found out means wings in Spanish, and Colorado Youth for a Change, are just several programs that share a focus and stress the importance of familial involvement and parental involvement. Additionally, there's a national program preventing school dropout beginning in elementary grades, which is a preemptive program that teaches parenting skills to help deter risk for later dropout. So all of these have been, they're empirically based, they've been reviewed, and research shows that they do work. So the purpose and goals of these programs are definitely to educate and prepare parents for challenges they'll face in regards to their children's education. These group-based workshops will provide parents with a platform to discuss their concerns and brainstorm with other parents, in addition to group moderators and also school staff. Collaboration is the big thing here. Parents definitely have expressed that they want to network, and they want to be heard as well. Additionally, parents will be asked to share their goals with the group, and facilitators will respond to these goals and guide and also stress the importance of academic goals, just to ensure that that's included in the parent set of goals for their children. Additionally, logistical information. Sometimes parents just don't have this information, so things like school expectations and community resources will also be provided. And finally, coaching. So parenting skills, effective monitoring of academic achievement, help with homework, and also learning mechanisms for dealing with children's difficult behaviors and general management at home. So there are some factors that lead to participation or lack thereof, and to ensure the best results, it's certainly important that we address aspects that contribute to this participation. So what's important to the parents? What do they need for these prevention workshops, these dropout prevention workshops? Research shows that monetary compensation is of less importance than actually meeting other parents and finding convenient times. That was a big one that I found. Weekday nights tend to be the most convenient times for these parents. And in lieu of monetary compensation, another idea is to provide practical incentives such as bus passes or gas cards. That would certainly help with coming to these groups. Additionally, at least one of the group facilitators, this is part of the cultural considerations, will be of the same racial or ethnic background as the predominant racial group. This is an attempt to provide both sensitivity and comfort with the target population. Finally, Spanish-speaking moderators will be provided for the Latina-based groups, not only to increase comfort, but often strictly as a means of communication. So here are some resources that can be provided to the parents as well. I did find some local ones, such as the Learning Source for Adults and Families. I found this through Aurora Public Schools, and it's coloradoliteracy.org. This provides GED programs for adults, so sometimes parents don't even have a high school education. Additionally, language classes. And another one was the Aurora Community Connection Family Resource Center, and this just has a plethora of resources as well. A great resource online is the National Dropout Prevention Center, which has lists upon lists of online resources from anything to everything. So these will be provided, and also computers and access to these resources would be provided to parents as well. And here are my references. Thanks for listening, and congrats on finishing the quarter.